my lovelies. How
Hello.
are you? So nice to see so many of you this morning. I'm absolutely loving it. Put the pink on, ready for you. Just admitting a few more people. I have got so much planned for you today that we may go slightly over an hour, but I've just put so much into it basically. So I am going to get started straight away because honestly, like there's loads. But I am like so excited to deliver this to you today and get you all in like your big deal energy. So it'd be amazing because we're all going to go into the micro mind after this. It would be amazing if you can introduce yourself in the comment, like say where you are, where you come from, all of that jazz, and maybe even like what you do in your business. Because the purpose of then having that 2-day micromind afterwards, which follows the masterclass, is so that you can kind of interact with each other as a community, but also so that you can ask questions as you work through everything that I'm going to go through with you today. And I'll be giving you extra downloads, insights, actions, little challenges for each step, like across our next 2 days. So like this is so much more than just a masterclass. You are having like coaching support basically for 2 days afterwards. Okay. So if any questions do come up throughout, pop them in the chat, and every so often I will stop and see, like, answer them. But if I don't get around to everything, I will then answer them in the micromind afterwards. Okay, my loves. And like I said this before, in one of the emails, but I love a giveaway. And it was my birthday yesterday, so I like to gift even more. So if you want to receive a 45-minute strategy session with me, where we look at like all the goals in your business and really kind of come up with actionable strategies to implement, take a screenshot or a picture of any slide which like piques your interest throughout the training this morning, add it into your stories, tag me, you know, the usual jazz. And then you'll go into my magic wheel prize draw for this Sunday, September the 1st, done intentionally. So it's like, yes, let's get going. So I'm just going to share my screen and then we are going to get started. We've got a couple more people in the waiting room. Let me admit those. Right, let's hope tech works now, because every time I go to share my screen, it never bloody wants to work. So I say, right, share screen. Okay, right, you should be seeing right now. Hey, I'm Paula. Can we have like a thumbs up if that's what you can see? Yeah, brilliant. Little things please me. Okay, so basically, I just, wanted to give you, and this isn't going to be some big speech. We all know, like, when people go through all of this on their masterclasses, and you just want to kind of get in to what is actually happening. So, yes, I am Paula. Sorry, 1 second has just gone. I've just lost my screen. See, I told you this wasn't going to work properly. Please bear with me just for 1 minute because I can't see the screen. You can all see it, but I actually can't. If I do that, right, 1 second. See, technicalities. This is like the real me now when tech doesn't want to work, basically. Okay, let me stop sharing and reshare for 1 second. Honest to God, can you even? Okay, let's see if you can see this now. No, sorry, I am really sorry, my lovelies. 1 second. Right, just going to go back to basics. Give me a sec. This is definitely going to be a few minutes longer. Every day lately, Canva's doing something completely that I don't want it to do. It's, I don't know if any of you are having the same issue, but like it's showing me my Zoom screen and then not showing me like my actual Canva. So, right, bear with 1 second. Make that bigger. Let me escape that. Okay, present. Percent full screen. Okay. Now let me share this with you guys. No, see, it's come off. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, right. You're like, Paula, this is like, you're telling us how to be in your big deal energy and you can't even get up a bloody thingamajig. I'm going to do this differently. Okay, I'm going to have one screen on my phone, and then I am going to put this on here for you. Okay, so here we go. Share screen 2, go. Right, you should now all be able to see my screen. Yeah, and I can see all your lovely faces. So that is like absolutely perfect. Okay, so you all pretty much, I would say, all of you in here know who I am. But for those of you who don't, I'm Paula, business coach and mentor, and I help develop simple strategies around you to create to create offers your ideal clients can't resist. That's the key. Standout content which converts, doesn't just grow, but it converts, and complete conviction in absolutely everything you do so that you can claim your space as the one to work with, because that's our goal. Okay. And what I do is I use my 20 years experience as a teacher and a deputy head to break down that building and growing your business and really take out the complicated elements of it, because it's not just about signing clients and making money. It's also about having the confidence and the conviction behind everything you do, because you know that when you do things more confidently, you have more impact, you create more momentum, you enjoy it a lot more. It's how your big deal energy becomes more and more aligned, and you make sales too, which obviously is the goal. Okay, so basically I just wanted to give you a really simple snapshot so that you can think like, why am I listening to Paula, basically. So August 2021, 3 years ago now, basically, I left my career in teaching, and I'd been like a deputy head teacher for like 7-8 years before that. Okay, I loved it, but it wasn't lighting my fire anymore. So I literally like took that big scary move, but I knew it was the right thing, and I knew that I would do great things afterwards. My confidence and conviction was there, even though I did have many moments of like self-doubt at the time. Okay, so when I started, I did my training, and then in February 2022, I qualified. I launched my business with a free masterclass, 0 signups. The next month, I launched my one-to-one offer. It flopped. Okay, so like we all can start with like in places which is like, what the bloody hell? And then from May to August, I did sign 3 clients, but it was all really inconsistent. So basically, over the course of 7 months at the start of my business, many people would have like thrown in the towel at this point. But I knew I just had to keep refining what I was doing, learning and developing it. And then I got to like November that year, and everything changed. Fully booked with one-to-one clients, a mastermind launch for like January with already clients over 50% full. I signed 7 clients in 7 days and 12 in just over that week. If there's in a week, 7 days is a week. And I had like 2K months scheduled from recurring income for 5 months in advance, which was always the goal for me in my business. Okay. Now, the reason this happened is because I readdressed and refined my foundations. I got so clear on the strategy of me, which included what my edge was, which is what we're going to dig into today, how I can bring this authority into my brand. I aligned my inner authority, my confidence, my conviction with my outer strategies that my audience then saw. And I stood out, started selling consistently. And this is the place that we are getting you to today, so that you can go on to 2 years later, always fully booked in one-to-ones, having multiple offers all active at the same time, content selling for you every single day. Like for me personally, I've doubled my monthly recurring revenue in the last 8 months, and like I did the figures the other day, I've increased my income by almost, it's actually 181%, but 200% sounds a lot better, in the last year. Okay. Plus, there's all the other things. I tend to not have any calls before 10 a.m. I always have a day off, Monday to Friday, to live life. It's the freedom and the flexibility that I set my business up for. And while everyone else is going back to school next week, I'm not. And it is like the best feeling it gets better every single year. So how did I get here? It was basically when I went into what we're going to do in this masterclass today, the why me of it all. Okay. I knew that I was great at what I did. I dialed in my edge, what made me different. I dialed up my confidence and my conviction behind what I did, how I did it, and why my dream clients would want to work with me. And that is when I truly stood out as the real authority, thought leader, a big deal to my dream clients, and then saw that impact in my business. Okay. And it's the best feeling ever when you just don't give a shit about comparison, because you just know that what you have to say, share, and sell is what your people, your ideal clients, want to hear and see from you. And then you go out there as that expert from that point. Okay. So why me? Okay. This is what you are going to have by the end of this masterclass. You are going to know why you in your business. Okay. And I said this at the beginning, how I help my clients to sign their clients and become sold out is all about building and scaling your business centered around you and your strong as fuck foundations. Because if you follow me regularly on my Instagram, it's what I talk about all the time. And that is the point: you become known for something. Learn how to create no-brainer offers, create and know how to stand out in your content, which then converts. And underpinning all of that is knowing why you are the authority, the expert, the one to work with, and confidently owning that. And then my edge linked to that is I make strategy simple. I show you, I model how, I break those complex aspects apart so you learn and apply for yourself. Okay. I stretch and support you. I am one of the most supportive business coaches out there, because I will hold your hand. I will show you. I will do all of these things. I will model for you. But also, when I can see you're playing a bit safe, I am going to stretch you and challenge you. I have fun, build confidence, and lead you to your greatness. And I use my teacher and leadership skills like completely, absolutely everywhere. So that is why I'm confident in what I do, because I know this works. And as we get started, you're going to confidently know why you too, so that you can build, grow, and scale your business based on where you are now and then where you're heading and all those things that come in between. Okay, so are you ready to be a big, not just a big deal, but like a big fucking deal? Okay, is that what you're ready to do? Put me like a yes or whatever you want to put to respond to that in the chat, my lovelies. Okay, because you're here today because you're ready to claim your big deal energy when you show up online in your business so that your dream clients take notice. Like, if that's a yes, pop it in the chat. Okay, you're here because you know you're bloody great at what you do, and you now want to be standing out as the one. So it's all well and good knowing it yourself, but you want to be standing out in that energy. Okay, you are also here because you know that you want to learn how to step into that big deal energy so that when you show up, you do stand out and your dream clients sign up to work with you. Okay, that is the goal. Okay, being sold out in your services, I know this is more than possible for you. If you are ready for this, if you are committed to putting in the effort and energy to take your business to like new heights and really elevate it, to create like a revolution, to do something bigger, a mission, a powerful purpose, to have transformative impact for the people that you work with, it is so possible without having to jump through a million hoops, which feel inauthentic to you, without having to spend like every waking moment coming up with new ideas. Okay. with some tweaks to the actions that you are taking right now in your business or are about to, and what we're going to learn today, this is more than possible for you. Okay, it comes down to having more confidence and conviction and showing up, this is the key word, strategically in this energy. Okay, because when you have more confidence and conviction, you then show up strategically in that energy, you will have more impact, more income, more clients. You'll create more momentum. You'll see the more results, more signups, and you will feel and see that impact change. So my goal for you at the end of this training is that you're going to feel confident about leading in your big deal energy and why you are the one your dream clients have to work with. You're going to know your specific, unique, and that isn't a typo, that's how I spell it, unique DNA identity and why you. Like, what if somebody says, well, why should I work with you? You're going to know, okay? Understand how to dial in and create your standout, innovative offer. And you're going to learn how to create high quality, standout, activating content. And the biggie that goes across all of that, have complete conviction in showing up, standing out, and selling to your dream clients because you know you're a big fucking deal. So let's go with the how we are going to create this for you in the next 45 minutes because I told you I'd put a lot into this. All right, my love. So basically, the sold out services cycle. This is what I'm going to lead you through today. I do need a little bit of water, obviously in a pink cup. So the sold out services, I'm just going to keep calling it SOS because it's so much easier to say. The SOS cycle is the 3-step strategy to claim in your big deal energy so that you show up, stand out, and sell to your dream clients. Okay. So step 1 is your unique DNA identity. Okay, knowing the why you, knowing your edge, knowing why you're the authority, knowing why your client should work with you, what you want to be known for, and identifying that. So that is step 1 of your sold out services. Step 2 is really dialing in. If you already have an offer, dialing it in and seeing how you can be more innovative with it. If you don't have one yet, then it's like blank canvas. You can start doing this from a blank page. Okay, so that is step 2. And then step 3 is your high quality standout activating content. And the reason it is a cycle is because every step here is interwoven. All 3 aspects complement each other and they are always in sync. It's not that you just have a dialed in offer and then you're good to go. You need these other things to be happening consistently to be sold out in your services. It's so important to align your inner confidence and conviction, like your big deal energy, and your outward strategies, like your content, how you stand out and sell, so that none of those steps are isolated tactics, for want of a better word. They're all interconnected elements that, when aligned, create this powerful business presence that you want to attract, that will naturally attract and convert your ideal clients. Okay, so to put this into context, when I went from struggling in my business to selling out, I didn't have a unique DNA. I did not have a unique DNA identity. Okay, I was just basically like showing up, doing what I thought you did and what other people did. There was, yes, you know, if somebody said like, why should people work with you? I would answer it with, because I'm me, because I'm great at what I do, and because I'm this. Like, every person is different. I'm me. But actually, that you can't market that. You need to get more specific, more tangible. Okay. So also, when I was struggling, my offer, although I thought it was great, it was like a basic offer, really, and it was what everyone else out there did. So there was nothing that helped me stand out. And when it came to my content, I was really consistent with my content because, like you'll come to know if you don't know already, I love content. But it wasn't activating, and it wasn't positioning me as the authority, the one to work with, which is why when I nailed these 3 things, that's when I started selling out. Okay, so step 1, your unique DNA identity. This is so important, because not only is this what is going to get you standing out, but it's also what is going to feed into everything you now do in your business, from how you design your offer, how you deliver your offer, how you show up on your social media or in person, if you've got an in-person business, how you create your content and what content you create. And it's going to determine whether you sell your offers or not. So it is like pretty important. Okay. So here's the first massive question. Why are you a big deal? And I know instantly at this point, people will be like, I don't know why I'm a big deal. Why are you a big deal? I really want you to think about this, okay? And this is going to be one of our first like tasks in the micromind as well. Because confidently owning this in a way that's powerful and authentic to you, so you always own it unapologetically, is how you're going to be able to stand out as the one and sell your offers like hotcakes. I never know what that means, like cakes that are hot. Anyway, it's part of you and your brand. So what we're going to do is we're going to really hone in on this for you. So to be able to confidently identify why you're a big deal, we also need to like dial in what I call like your edge, your authority edge, your zone of genius when it comes to your business, not necessarily in life, because that might be different as well. So when we think about this, so how to identify why you're a big deal, and there will be many reasons, even if you can't put your finger on them right now. I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. You can screenshot this, you can take a picture, feel free, and you'll get the replay anyway. What's your edge? Okay. What makes your approach in your business unique and different to the way other people in your niche possibly do things? And what helps set you apart from the rest, from the other people that are doing the same thing as you, but also from any niche? Like, why are you the person that like stands out, basically? And some like a way of breaking this down even a little bit further is by really digging into you. And I do know this is hard, because we only see what we want to see, and rarely can we identify like the great aspects of ourselves. So this is also like a self-worth times 1 million activity for you to do to really start owning this in your business. So ways to identify your unique DNA identity, your edge, is asking yourself, what's your story? Like your path to where you are right now in your business. And I don't mean absolutely everything. Like, well, I went to Kennegosie Primary School. That was the name of my school, and blah, blah. You know what I mean, okay? With things that link to your ideal client, things that link to how you serve and help your ideal client. So if you are a self-worth coach, what's your story and your path to where you are right now that makes you the expert in being able to help other people with their self-worth? Okay, so really hone in on your ideal client. Now, this is a very general question, like what are your skills and strengths? But I want you to go deeper than that, okay? Like not just what are your skills and strengths, like, oh, I'm good at creating a safe space. Every coach out there is great. Well, I would hope is great at creating a safe space, okay? What are you absolutely great at? Like, so I would be able to say to you, like, I'm bloody great at teaching and learning, because it was always my goal. Like I was always being bloody observed, like to start with in my career, by people saying, do this, do that. So you hone your craft. So what are you great at? What do you love doing? Now, this is key for me, because I'm always about like building your business around you so it's authentic to you, and not doing it just because that's the way you should do it. So when you think about what you love doing, I want you to think about like the ways that you enjoy working. So do you love like working one-on-one with somebody so you can go really deep? Do you love like bringing a whole group together so you can create that community? Do you love the teaching aspect? Because that then leans into a bit of mentoring rather than just coaching. Okay. So what gets you the most creative? What gets you the most excited? These are all things to think about when it comes to identifying your edge. And then the big question, like, what's your standout edge over all the others? And it doesn't have to be anything absolutely humongous. It just needs to link to you. And I know sometimes, and this is a teacher skill, like when you talk about this is long multiplication and you just explain it, it can become like, there's a lot of children who can't get that, or adults. But it's about showing it sometimes. So I'm going to give you an example, like a concrete example. So my story, and you know this, but I'm just putting it in simple form. So if I was trying to identify my edge, it's that I'm a teacher and leader. I'm passionate about helping other people learn and develop. It's literally like my whole career and in my blood. I started that's supposed to say, my business, and had 7 months of like little to zero clients. So I learned what works and what doesn't work. And actually, some people might think, oh, why are you going to talk about that? Does that position you as an authority? It does, because I've been there and I'm no longer there and I've learned what works. Okay, so that's how I would like break it down for my story. When it comes to my strengths and what I'm good at, like, again, like it's teaching. It's breaking complicated aspects down and making them simple. It's helping others learn and see things for themselves. It's writing content. It's because I bloody love that. It's building people up, being inspiring, being motivating, and seeing like I'm very good. I almost like played that down now. I'm not going to play it down. I am very good at seeing things in people and pulling them out and then going, I wouldn't have thought about that. So like seeing your strengths, connecting with people and being real and having fun, not about pretense at all. I'm like very real and genuine. So those are things that I think I am great at and they are my strengths. Okay. When it comes to what lights me up, speaking, funnily enough, sharing my learning, seeing like others get it, have those light bulb moments, have those breakthroughs, and take that forwards for themselves. Being creative with words, ideas, how I deliver like things, basically. Things, because it's lots of stuff. Okay. So none of this is over the top and complicated. That's what I wanted to show you. And then my standout edge, I put this at the beginning, so you already know this. And I'm not going to say it again because I said it at the beginning. But basically, what I want you to see is that how I got to my standout edge is basically links to all of these other aspects. Okay, it links to everything above. It's centered around me, which then makes it authentic. And it means I like can and I will and I do confidently show up in this edge always. Okay, it adds that confidence. And all of these elements of your unique DNA identity also add to then how you create your offers. Like, because it's around what you love doing, how you love working. Okay, what are your strengths? Your brand story. These are going to all add into your brand story, which then repeats itself through like absolutely everything you do. And by identifying these elements and then finding your edge, it allows you to become your own coach, service provider, not like a carbon copy of anyone else out there, which then naturally means you will stand out. You see, like it all links together. You will stand out with your authoritative edge, which is always telling and showing your dream clients why they should be working with you right now. Okay. But I just want to get this part like really clear. Big deal energy is not about being the loudest or the sweariest. I made up that word because I couldn't make it make sense otherwise in the room. It's not about that. It's not about like being loud and extrovert if we've got some introverts in the room, because believe it or not, I'm an introvert. And you wouldn't necessarily think that, but it's my confidence. It's not about being the loudest. It's not about dropping the F-bomb. It's not about like coming across like people are going to think you're full of yourself or like big-headed, you know, all those words that we use. It's not about being something you're not. It's just about dialing in you and your greatness so that your most confident self takes the stage, because you have what your ideal client wants. You can get them the results they are looking for, and you own this. And that is the key. Okay. So you can take a screenshot of this. This is a great activity. This is going to help you, and I can help you pull this apart in the micromind as well. So for many of you that are already showing up in your business, but now you want to take this to like a new level of leadership and authority where you are seen differently, it's time to address this gap. And if you complete this activity, it's like a super simple way to see what you need to focus on, okay, to be able to do this. So just basically, like, how does the big deal you show up to lead her business? I really want you to like get into that mindset. Like, how does the most confident version of you, how does the CEO you that's making like, I hate these phrases, but like 6-figure years and, you know, 10K months and whatever your goal is, how does that big deal you very specifically show up and lead in her business? And then how are you doing this right now? Okay, so you see what you want it to be and what your big deal version of you would be doing. What are you actually doing? And then what is the gap? Okay, and then the hard question is, how can you fill this? Because that is going to be, in some cases, really pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Okay, but that is how you then establish yourself as a big deal. It's doing that work behind the scenes. And then it's identifying some actions and strategies that you can start putting into place. Okay, so let me just take a little look at the chat a moment. See if there's anything in there. I love that you're all introducing yourselves. Oh, thank you, Luciana. Confirm everything. Paul is with you every step of the way. Always. Brilliant. And you are all on board to this. Right. Great. Okay, so no questions to answer right now. So we're going into step 2 with a bit of a water break. Okay, so step 2. Now you might be like, how is like dialing in your offer and being innovative linked to my big deal energy and selling out my services? Well, first of all, you honed in on your edge, or you will have when you work through these steps. Okay, the next place to be able to stand out and sell is you have to have like and when I say innovative, I'm not saying like completely out of the box, like not linked to you or anything, but it's just thinking about how you would design your offer to get the best results of your client. Okay, it's not about just doing it the same way that like a million other people do it. Basically, offers you create without knowing the why you of it all, the like with your edge, with complete confidence and conviction, are the offers that are just going to blend in. Okay, because if you haven't added your unique skills, your unique approach, your way of doing things into how you get your clients the results that they want, your offer is just going to be standard. And we don't want a standard offer, do we? No, we don't, Paula. Okay, so like think about it from this point of view. Would you rather invest in a standard offer or a one-of-a-kind solution tailored specifically to elevate your success? Now, if anyone's saying a standard offer right now, out the door, please. I'm only joking. But you would rather invest in something that you 100% know is going to give you the results, because the coach that is, or whatever the service provider is, that is talking to you has got across that she has specifically designed it in that way, or he. Okay, so you know your edge and why you're a big fucking deal right now. Okay, now it's dialing in your offer aligned to this so that you get more impact. So we don't do like 12-week offers, mini programs, taster sessions when you work with me, unless, and this is the biggie, that's what is needed to get your clients the results that they want in a way that you know is best because you're the friggin' expert. Now, I'm not saying you can't have a 12-week offer. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there are so many people that will think, oh, I'm designing my like high ticket offer. It's going to be 12 weeks. Let me see how I now fill those 12 weeks. That is the wrong way to go about designing an innovative offer that is perfect for your ideal clients. Okay. So how do we dial in your offer, which is aligned to your unique approach to have the most impact? Okay. So the most important foundation for you to get one client, never mind multiple clients and being sold out, and again, this is one of the things I talk about all the bloody time, is understanding your ideal client's deepest desires, ensuring that your offer directly addresses their most pressing, not every single one of their struggles, but their most pressing struggles and wants. Okay. Now, the reason for that is it makes your offer more compelling and relevant, which increases the likelihood, first of all, of engagement, most importantly, conversion, which is the goal. Okay. Now, creating your offer to meet their specific needs will automatically make your offer stand out because it feels like it was made just for them, which increases the impact and the value that they view that it has. Okay. But not only are they more likely to buy, but they're also more likely to achieve the results that they're looking for because you have designed it purposefully for your specific, tangible places of where your ideal client is. Now, right now, you might be thinking, well, I always have my ideal client in mind when I would be designing my offer. Yes, you would, but the question is have you really thought about what is the best way to get them to the goals that they want to go to? Because your offer, so you've got their deepest desires, their struggles, the where they are right now, okay? Then the where they want to go, the desire. Your offer is the vehicle to get them from here to here, all right? In the best way possible. So that might not be 12 weeks. That might not be a mini offer to chuck out there because your main offer isn't selling. Okay, so the next part of dialing in your offer and the crucial step to determine how you can help them achieve these goals in the best possible way is understanding how you help your clients with your unique skills. Okay, because that means your offer isn't just aligned with their desires and their wants, but it's also delivered in a way that is most effective and authentic to you. So it's going to stand out. Okay. It's going to increase the impact when you start marketing your offer in your content. It's going to increase the client experience. It's going to set you apart from your competition because your offer includes part of you that they don't have. Okay. And it ensures the key that your clients will have the best possible outcome because you designed it this way. So I want to give you an example. When I work through this with my She's in Business clients, they all, without exception to date, have seen their confidence skyrocket because they then have complete ownership over why their offer is designed in this way, which makes it 10 times easier to then show up and sell and talk about it and see themselves as the big deal, and go about it in a way you would be daft to not sign up for this offer because I have designed it in this way that you are going to get these best results. Okay. Now, thirdly, and this is hard to do if you haven't done it before, but it's not, it's just, you just need to start basically. So step 3 is think big. Okay. I want you, when you know your ideal client's deepest desires and wants, when you know how you can help them with your specific skills, I then want you to think big so that everything you would do if you could do it. So like money is no object, time is no object almost. And like, and you might be like, what the hell, Paula? But this is going to really help you create that innovative, creative offer. Okay, so you're going to think big, you're going to get innovative because you come up with some of the best ideas that way. You're not like putting a ceiling on how you would do it or what you would do. So ask yourself, like, how could you deliver X, whatever your offer is, or whatever the solution is, if money, time, and the situation were absolutely perfect? Okay, so like, to give you an example, a common niche, an ideal client, which we've seen a million times, but is because it's so needed, is to help your client overcome self-doubt, find their voice, and make big decisions in their life. Yeah. So if I was thinking big, I would love to take that client to some kind of confidence and empowerment retreat, like almost like an adventure retreat, like a getaway. Okay. I would combine physical venture activities with like personal empowerment activities. So like things that would scare them, like rock climbing and abseiling and zip lining and whatever it might be, where that client would have to confront her fears and they would have to make quick decisions in like real time. Okay. And then each challenge would like have some kind of coaching session afterwards, like how they overcame those mental barriers, because she would then be building the resilience, the self-trust in a dynamic and unforgettable way, basically, which would leave her with like so much more confidence. Okay. Like that sounds brilliant. I think I should plan one. But when we're thinking big and being innovative, what we then do is we dial that in. Okay. So we dial that in to what you can achieve with the same big vision, but with what you actually like have, what your actual kind of like abilities are, what your parameters are. So we've opened our minds to things we likely wouldn't have thought of before. And now you dial it back in to what you can do, but still have the same kind of impact, but on a smaller level. Okay. So with that example, I could have some kind of, and I wouldn't necessarily call it this, but I could have some kind of confidence boot camp online. Okay. It could be in person actually, if it was a group or a day event possibly, but I would need to think about that. Okay. And that confidence boot camp would include real world challenges specific to that person's struggles and goals. And then like each week or each day, depending on how I ran it, she would take on a challenge that pushes her out of her comfort zone, whether it's public speaking, sharing an opinion in work, making a tough decision. Like each challenge would then have a similar kind of coaching session to understand her growth, celebrate those wins, reinforcing the resilience, the newfound confidence, the decision-making skills. Okay. There's so much you could do with that. Do you see how it's possible to kind of really think big and then draw it back to, okay, how could I still have this really stand out, something different effect, but be able to do it, actually be able to deliver it? Okay. So what I want you to do is really think about how you can think about your offer, whether you've already got it now or whether you're starting from scratch, and really think about how you can put your edge on it and how you can make it big and how you can be innovative. Because if I didn't think big, I never would have come up with that like idea of like some kind of confidence boot camp or confidence challenge. And I would have stuck with like the standard, what I would do to help them with their self-doubt. But I could now have such a powerful, unique offer, albeit it's like a made-up one, that is different to other people's. Okay. And that's the key. So because you designed or refined your offer in your big deal energy, thinking big, your confidence and conviction in why your clients should be a part of that offer is like skyrocketed. Okay. Completely and utterly, because you've put, it's not even about the level of thought, it's really about the why me of it. Like, what can I get put into here so that they can get the most, and so that when I go online and sell it, it's going to really stand out. Okay, so I'm very excited for this made up offer that I'm not going to put together. Where's your excitement level for like dialing in your offer right now? Pop like a 1 to 10 in the chat or something, with 10 being the highest. Okay, but I do promise you that designing or dialing in your existing offer in this way will make you see it in a completely different light. Genuinely, you'll feel the difference when you talk about it on your page and market it, because you'll want to be everywhere. You'll want to be talking about it all the time, and that's your goal. Okay, right. So on to step 3. I do know I am talking at 1,000,000 miles an hour. This is the biggie. And it's one of my favorite things, because it's one of the things I personally am great at and I'm known for. Okay, check out that big deal energy. All right, so step 3 is your high quality standout activating content. Okay, now before we dive into this, give me like a yay or nay, thumbs up, thumbs down, pop it in the chat so I can see it. Like, how high quality, how activating you feel that your content is right now. Like, how much does it stand out? Again, you can put a 1 to 10 if you want, 10 being like, yes, is perfect. But I'm not sure if you'd be here if it was. And actually, I don't even think I would put a 10 for myself, because like there's always room to grow. Let me have a look where we are right now. Okay, we got some halfways. Good, because that gives us so much space to improve and go bigger. So this is basically how your audience see and feel your energy. All right, so all that big deal energy work that we've been doing, this is how they are going to see and feel your energy, where you show up as your big deal self. You're positioning yourself as the authority, and you're claiming your space, because there is a space there for you, as the one to work with. Okay, this is where now everything comes together, and with all the behind the scenes, like big deal energy, confidence building, embodiment that you've been doing, this now gets shown to your audience. All right, so when you show up like this, you will stand out as a big deal. And I keep using this phrase now, big deal, but basically what I'm saying is, like, you are going to stand out as an expert. You are going to stand out as an authority, somebody who knows their shit. Okay, and you will sell. So this is a full training in itself, but I have put in as much as possible to guide you here. And we'll go into this more with opportunities for me to feed back to you in the micromind as well. So before we dig into the specifics, this is key to stepping into your big deal energy through all of your content. So high quality, standout, activating content does 4 things. Okay, it positions you as the authority. They know who you are, basically. That is key, because they have to know you exist, and they have to know the why you of it all. It demonstrates why they should trust you and your offer. Okay, and it makes them aware that they have a problem. Now, this is really important, because although you want to position yourself as authority, you have to also, within your content, not every single piece, which is what I'm going to show you in a minute, but you have to make your audience aware that they have a problem, and then show how you solve the problem. Okay, this is where you can be doing selling without selling all of the time. Okay, so first element of that is to think about what you are known for. Okay, so this comes back to how you've already identified your edge, or you will do when you have time to work through this. Okay, firstly, basically, who are you and what you want to be known for. The way you do this is to identify like 3 or 4 core themes, and these should represent the core areas where you want to be seen as an authority, like a big deal, the expert in. Okay, so ways to identify these are by asking questions like, what are the key topics that I want to be known for? And when I say topics, I mean like transformative things as well. Like, oh, I want to be known for like it can be like the best mindset transformations in the shortest amount of time, for example. Okay, so what are the main things you want to be known for? What problems do your clients consistently face that you can solve? So these are all questions to help you come up with what you want to be known for. And what are your strongest areas of expertise? Okay, because it's all well and good listing like 4 things that you want to be known for, but actually, how do they link to your expertise? Okay, so with me, again, so you've got a concrete example. For me, it's my foundations. I don't mean my foundations, I mean, it's the foundations of your business, your ideal client, your personal brand, the strategy of you, how you stand out. That's what I'm known for. It's you. It was just the simplest way of kind of putting that in terms of building a business centered around you, finding your unique edge, putting you into your content, your brand voice, all the things that are linked to you. And it's also standout content. Okay. And basically, you should see this across all of my content. I'm always talking about these 3 things on repeat. Okay. There's, like I've said this before, like if you feel like you're like repeating yourself and being repetitive in your content, that is a good thing. Okay, because those are the things that you are becoming known for. Those are the reasons why people will say, "Oh, do you know someone who I can go and work with to really set up like my standout content?" And somebody says, "Yes, Paula." Okay, that's what you want to have. Okay, so I do lots of other things in my business and to help my clients, like offers, selling, launching, but these are the 3 key things, the overarching. I have the expertise in these, and I can go out there in my big deal energy and talk about these all of the time. Okay, so that's your first step of stage 3 for your activating content, is really identifying what you want to be known for and how you can do that. Then we have consistent and authentic content, like the power couple. These 2 go together. Okay, and I'm talking about consistent and authentic content that aligns with your brand voice. Okay, aligns with your value, and it is key to your high quality standout content. Okay, because consistency builds familiarity and trust in you as the authority they want to work with. Okay, while authenticity ensures that you connect deeply with your audience as you. All right, so they go together. But what I want you to consider here is consistency, first of all, matters more than frequency. Okay, so a lot of the time when you hear the word consistency, you think daily content. Okay, that's frequency. So consistency is about regular, whatever regular is to you, high quality content that will always beat sporadic bursts of just posting, then burning out, then not posting for ages, because your audience then loses trust in you at that point. Okay, so consistency over frequency all the time. Now, your systems, like to be consistent and stay consistent, are really important. So what's a realistic like content schedule for you to maintain without being burnt out? Okay, now my advice, and you might be a bit like, oh, but my advice is even if you are just starting your business, at least 4 times a week. Okay, if you are starting out, you want more consistency because you are establishing yourself as an expert in this area. Okay, if you're already posting consistently and you want to increase your visibility, you want to stand out more, and you want to stand out as that big deal, then I would be posting 5+ days a week. Okay, and if you want to be completely all in, grow quicker with the most impact, I would say daily. But I would. Okay, but that is with like effect, with impact. You don't do that if you're just posting for posting's sake. There is no point in increasing your frequency if it is not sustainable long term, because consistency comes first. Okay, so I'd be really interested to know like what your posting schedule looks like now, like the number of times a week. If you want to put it in the chat, you can. But the other thing I want you to make sure with your consistent, authentic content is that your brand voice is also consistent and authentic to you. Okay, so you want to infuse your brand voice everywhere. Your personality come through in your stories, like the values come through in your content, including like what you believe in, what you're passionate about, what you can't stand, what you're great at. Your authentic big deal energy differentiates you from others and creates a stronger connection for you and your audience. Okay, so really establishing like, what is your brand voice? It's not a version of ChatGPT and AI either. So like, what is your brand voice? And then also you might be like, why is this on here? Monitor engagement. So for consistent and authentic content, I don't mean monitor engagement in terms of like looking at your likes and your followers. Okay, you gained all of the time, every time you post, like, oh, did that get me any more? But to refine the quality of your content over time, it's important to pay attention to audience feedback and like engagement metrics. So you on your stories use polls and stickers, like what's the engagement there? The reach of certain views. So like if you're looking at like static pieces of content over reels, like what is performing better for you because you want to stand out more. So you're looking at them not in a vanity way, like how many likes have I got, but in a strategic way. So was it the length that made me get like better engagement on that post? Was it the length of the reel? Was it the topic I was talking about? Was it because I used an audio? Like what resonated with your audience, what doesn't? This helps you refine your content strategy continually to stay really aligned with your audience's needs. Okay. Now, the big one, which again is massive, and I did a whole training back in June on standout content types where I go into this. Let me know if you didn't catch that and you want to catch that. So I can't like go into all the big deal authority content types right now in detail, but mediocre content won't position you as a leader in your industry. It won't. We all know that. Like average is good enough, but like for a lot of things in life, it's perfectly good enough. But we don't want content that is going to blend in, that is going to get you overlooked, that is going to like be part of the noise instead of standing out above the noise as an authority. Okay, content that is vague, generic, and lacks actionable advice. For example, like 10 tips to improve your self-worth post. Okay, and then that only gives surface level ideas like identify your strengths, remember you're more than enough, without providing any real insights with your edge or your practical, valuable steps. It's just going to blend in. It's just going to be mediocre. And I apologize if I'm calling you out on anything right now, but also I don't, because this is how you're going to move forward. Okay, I told you it's about stretch and support. So the 4 main types that we are talking about here, 5 actually, are authority positioning, problem awareness, educational value content, although everything should be valuable anyway, storytelling, and polarizing authority, which is also like thought leadership content. Okay, so I'm going to kind of come on to these as much as possible now. So these are our main content types. Like I just said, these are our like big daddy. God, I don't know what it is with me, like in the big. These are our like big daddy content types, which will add to you standing out as the one to watch. Okay, so all of these are not only providing value, but they're also positioning yourself as like an innovative thinker, offering like your unique perspective that may challenge the status quo possibly and separate you from the rest. Okay, and again, it doesn't have to be anything major, but these types of content really demonstrate your deep knowledge about your zone of genius, about your expert area. Okay, and they position you as the authority who knows their shit. And it shows why you are the go-to for your ideal client, because you have the answers to their problems and their struggles. Okay. People are like 100 times more likely to trust and work with somebody who is knowledgeable, passionate, shares the same values. Okay. But authentically as them. So what I mean by that is, like, when it comes to all of your content, whatever type of content you're sharing, you want to make sure it is not the same information that you can Google. Okay. And like, if you can type in, let's stick with the like 10 ways to improve my self-worth, somebody's going to Google that if they're feeling like shit and not good enough. Okay. The way that Google says it, you don't want to be recreating content that does that, because you're going to sound like Google. And look how far, like Google, I keep saying the word Google, Google, Google. Look how far a reach that has. And everyone knows, like, they've heard it or seen it a million times. This is where your take comes in. Okay. We want your copy, your content to stand out a mile. Okay. We want it to be like your take, your perspective, your edge, the value that you provide in your content, because that is a reflection of the value you then will provide in your offer. And that is really important. Okay. So when it comes to all of these content types, they can be done by like carousels or static posts, which are like, you know, a single post, or reels. But I've added in live content down the bottom here, because live content is particularly powerful for building trust and demonstrating your expertise and leadership. Okay. So as you claim your big deal energy, this is an action for you to start showing up live more, whether that's talking on stories, whether that is doing a talking reel, like baby steps into it basically, or actually going live. Like, the main goal is going live when you like work towards that. This is where basically anytime you have live content, this is where your audience actually see and feel what it's like to work with you. Those are going to be a big part of their buyer psychology when they think, oh, yes, I want to work with this woman. Like, her energy is great. Like, I can tell she knows what she's talking about. Okay. And again, in the micromind, I'm going to be dropping downloads and examples for each of these content types so that you can start implementing them, the possibility of like me then reviewing them for you. Okay. But what I did want to do for you in here, so you can see it visually, is the 5 steps to sales formula is basically how your content is going to convert. Okay. And it is authority positioning at its best. All right. So this is how your content converts and stands out to your ideal clients. When you also like inject your like bestie level understanding of where your ideal client is and your unique edge, your content won't just stand out, it'll do the selling for you. So in terms of like a bit of a flow formula, you think about the problem your ideal client thinks they have. Then you think about the problem they actually have, because a lot of the time, what the ideal client thinks is their problem is not actually their problem. It's something else. Okay. And this is where you start becoming the real authority, because you can talk to that. Like, for example, you know, you're feeling XYZ at the moment and you think it's because of blah. Okay. It's not. It's actually because of this. Like, just by saying that shows you as an authority. You then, if you can, think of like times that you've solved that in the past, or it might be an example from your own journey, or it might be like client examples if you've worked with clients, even practice clients so far, and you show that, you talk about that, and then you position your offer as the solution who can make these changes for them, that can get them to the solution, with always a powerful call to action. So just following this 5 steps to sales formula in itself in your content is going to be really powerful. But like I said, I am going to talk about the other content types in the micromind because we'll have a bit more time. Okay, so the last one I'm going to talk about is really amplifying your authority and status as the one to work with. And this is all about getting more visible. Okay, so like I just talked about when I talked about going live, This is really going to blow up your impact, your growth, and your sales, because your energy will then be on display. Okay. And anyone thinking like, shit, that's what I'm worried about, this is what you're working on right now. Okay. This is all about that first step, especially like, why me? What's my edge? That is all going to build your confidence. Okay. So you step into this energy, so you stand out as the one to work with. So I wanted to give you like a little pick a mix of how you can start doing that now, how you can amplify your authority. You can screenshot this. So you can get strategic with your visibility strategy. Okay, not just deciding or maybe avoiding doing something on the day. Like, do you even have a strategy for visibility, like a goal you're working towards? So like at the moment, I am posting daily reels because growth is one of the focuses in my business for like by the end of August. Okay, so I've planned it into my content strategy. So part of me amplifying my authority is bringing more of my people into my audience as well. So I've done that by doing like daily reels. Okay. Collaborations and partnerships. So this is really going to expand your reach, but also positions you as an expert in that like field while putting you in front of a new audience as well. Okay. So the ways you can do this, you can do like your collaboration lives with like other industry leaders, okay, with similar ideal clients. You can do out of the box, but you can do this. You can do like joint programs. You could hold your own like Instagram series. You can do story takeovers where you approach someone again that you've built a relationship with and like say, oh, I'm running a masterclass. Can I take over your story for a slide? And you send them something and they'll put it on their story. So it's getting you in front of more people, therefore amplifying your authority. It's any thought leadership opportunities that are out there. So like your podcasts, your guest appearances, or a guest session. And again, like with collaborations, this not only like expands your audience, but it also boosts your credibility through association. So if someone they already trust has asked you on the podcast, or has asked you to be a guest speaker in their program or something, you must be a big deal. You must be worth finding out more about. So don't wait to be asked though. Go out there, like approach people. You know why you're a big deal. Go out there and pitch it to people. Okay. And the worst that can happen is they say, no, I'm not looking for anyone at the moment. You're not lost out, and nobody knows that. That's absolutely fine. Masterclasses and workshops, I almost feel like these go without saying, but they're a way to really show your value. And they are my favorite way to give value, more value that I can give in my content, basically. And then testimonials, showing your client success stories and showing your client success stories and like their testimonials like is really good because it focuses on the results your services have already delivered, but always give context. One of my pet peeves is when I see people, and again, sorry for calling you out, but you'll know this now from moving forward, you'll see people posting whole testimonials like on their stories or on their grid. No one's going to read all of that. And also they've got no context to apply to it. So give some examples. So when you see that if I'm putting a piece of content and I want to prove a point of what I've said, I'll just show a little tiny snippet of a testimonial or a text. If I get a whole testimonial from a client, I'll break it down over several story slides and say things like, when my client started with me, she was this. Now we've just finished working together, and I'll just show a little like clip of the testimonial and then say what we did to get her there. Because otherwise, just posting the testimonial has no purpose, okay? Other than, look at me, I'm great. So we want to go deeper than that. We want to say how you got them there or where they were when they started, so that other ideal clients looking at that can then think, oh, she did it for that person. I can resonate with that. Has so much more impact, okay? Yeah, so that's that basically. But the goal is to be in as many places as you can be, Okay, let your dream client see or hear you everywhere, and them to think, Christ, she's there, she's there. It's like whack-a-mole, basically. She's like everywhere. That's kind of the goal that you're working towards. High quality, standout, activating content, which naturally attracts and converts your dream clients. Okay, not like through buying ads, is a combination of the themes you're known for, strategic visibility, thought leadership and authority positioning, being consistent, being authentic, being engaged, and giving a shit about the content you're sharing, just to put it blindly. It's not just creating content, it's really putting you into it to serve your clients. And that sounds like a lot, but like those 4 stages that I've just gone through with you allow you to do all of that. Okay. And because you've done that inner work, or you will do when you put this into practice in steps 1 and 2, on embodying your big deal energy, your edge and your why, your content is now the vehicle to confidently share all of that with your audience. They'll feel your authority and your big deal energy through your words. Okay. So you now have your 3-step strategy to claiming your big deal energy. Okay. You know why, or you will do when you've gone through all of this, you're a big deal, and why your services are a no-brainer. You show up consistently in this energy, you will sell. Okay. So now you've worked through all of this. Like, are you ready to actually claim your big deal energy? Are you ready to commit to yourself, to show up, to stand out as the authority you are, so that you start finding multiple clients and dream clients into your offers and people asking to work with you? Like, are you ready for that? Because I am ready for it for you. Okay. And I want you to think to yourself, like, what is going to happen if you don't take any action? All right. Oh, that was a great masterclass with Paula. Paula's great. Like, I got a lot of value, but then all those notes just sit in your notebook. Okay. Or what's going to happen now if you fully step into your big deal energy? You show up more, you stand out more, and you start selling more. Because big change can literally happen like that, especially when you take ownership of blowing up your business. Okay. Now, it's impossible, although you can tell I've really, really tried to go through absolutely everything that you need in 60 minutes and a bit, because I know I've gone over. So if you are wanting more, first of all, we've got the micromind for the next 2 days, and it is literally going to kick off as soon as we finish this call. Okay. If you're not in there yet, check your email for the link and join us. But if you're wanting more and you want to work with my expertise to help you blow up your business, there is She's in Business, which in 2 weeks, we start round 3 of the program. Okay, it's ready to build and grow your business to paying clients and being booked out. And basically, this is for the woman who's like committed to making her business a success and working with consistent paying clients inside your multi-4-figure offers. Okay, and you don't have that yet. It's for the woman who is like so bloody passionate about what she does and doesn't want to waste time doing all the trial and error. So it's months and months until like consistent income starts coming in. And it's for you if you're new in business and haven't really got going yet and have 1,000,001 questions, or also if you've been marketing your services already, but not really seeing the results of your hard work. Okay. This is where like I am different to a lot of business coaches out there, because I am just as invested in your business as you are. Okay, I'm your silent business partner who's like modeling examples for you, sharing how I do things and what's worked, so you don't waste the time. And also, like, I call you out nicely by stretching and supporting you when you're going in the wrong direction or you're procrastinating. That is me. That is me as a business owner. Okay, and as your business coach. Like, this is where you need to be if you're ready to do these things, if you're ready to build or grow your business. Okay, and you'll currently have 1,000,000 questions. You are like, you go and you find those answers, but they're not actually, there's no help to actually help you action those and to put them into practice. You're creating content like hoping your ideal clients will find you, and you want some answers, you want some strategy. You don't want to be in this alone. You want to get going, basically. And if you want to figure out and firm up your foundations, and we're talking about all the things, ideal client, offer, personal branding, how to stand out. If you want to map out your multi-4-figure innovative offer that speaks to your dream client, if you want to know how to use your social media in a way that gets you paid, from growth content to sales content to how to effectively communicate your authority and your value, if you want to like look at the launching strategies and then design your multi-4-figure blueprint moving forwards into 2025, then 100% like She's in Business is for you. Okay, so being in business instead of just working on it, creating content that stands out and converts, attracting your dream clients who you like then get to show how great you are because you love working with them, and being booked with clients. And don't forget, like, if you are ready to go like head first, all guns blazing into launching your business with all your new offer, with someone who's been where you are, knows how to go from 0 to being fully booked across multiple offers, and in 12 months seeing almost 200 times income, I am your gal, my lovely. Okay, so how She's in Business works, just a brief overview, is it's 10 weeks. We meet weekly for like high quality training. I've got a She's in Business call straight after this masterclass, and also hot seat coaching. Okay, you get tailored one-to-one support, you get strategic homework each week, which takes your business forward, which I review and feedback on all of it. We have daily Boxer because you know the power of a group. It is so important. We have really valuable private one-to-one mentorship session in the just over middle. It's in week 7, where we really get close up then and focus on just you and your business from everything we've learned so far and gone through. And then you get my eyes on your business. Like I said, there's a private portal where I review your content and any other work, whether it's your launch strategy, your website, whatever it might be, modeling those steps to help you move forwards. Okay, you will be fully trained in your business foundations, personal branding, creating that innovative multi-4-figure offer and multiple offers in your product suite, creating standout content with a strategy that you can then reuse time and time again, and launching and selling, so that you start signing more, either your first or more paying clients sooner rather than later on repeat. You get access to my Elevate membership, which is 2 extra calls a month, challenges, a portal which now has, I think it's about 110 actually, trainings, resources to elevate your business. And in September, it's having like a massive upgrade. So it is getting even better. And basically, when you add up all of the value of what you get, it's over £7,000. Okay. But if you sign up in the next 48 hours, because we are starting in 2 weeks, you can save over 5,000 on the value. So it's 1,600, and there's no penalization for paying monthly and going over a payment plan. It's just the same amount, but over a longer amount of time. Okay, because I am so excited for those people who want to go further in their business. So if you're interested, message me on Insta, chat more about this if it's right for you. And please don't like ever feel worried about getting in touch, because I love chatting with you. Okay, we get started in 2 weeks for She's in Business, and there's only 2 spaces remaining for this round. Nikki, you're in, aren't you, my lovely? And this will be the last round this year. Okay, or you can book an explore call with me to chat. Okay, but then if you think, oh, that's not quite for me, if you want to know more about working with me privately, or my Elevate membership, which for all of you, you can come in for £30 a month before the price increase in September. Just DM me and let me know, my lovelies. And I'll see you inside the Micromind in like the next 5 minutes. I might need a drink first, but I'll be in there in 5 minutes. I hope you all got so much out of that. Usually in a mastermind, in a masterclass, I would give opportunities for like questions, but I've put so much in here literally didn't have the time. And thank you for staying with me for an extra 20 minutes as well. I told you I would give the value 100,000,000%. Okay. Those questions that are in there, I will answer them in the keep calling it a mini mind, in the micro mind very shortly. But any quick feedback, questions, or anything now? No, you can unmute yourself if you want to. The micro mind. Oh, thank you, Alice. The micro mind, Nikki, there was a link. It's basically in Telegram app. Okay, so it's in like a group app that we're going to be, it's in the emails. Oh, Bonnie, that's weird that you don't have anything. I will send it to you, Bonnie, and I will send it to you, Nikki. Everyone else, I think you're already inside. I will speak to you soon, my lovelies. Thank you, thank you. Bye.